Dr. Raman Kaushik, Ministry of Ayush, Dr. Sudhanshu Kumar from Imami, Dr. Baidyanath Mishra from Dabur, and Dr. Suman Jha from Patanjali. Please come on the dais, sir. A warm good morning to everyone, ladies and gentlemen. I understand the attendance today is very low, but we have to start the session since we have some time limits for the session. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all on behalf of Ayush Export Promotion Council on the special occasion of Holistic Nutrition Defined, the Ayush-Aahar approach here at World Food India 2025. India has always stood as the cradle of holistic wellness traditions. Ayurveda reminds us, Aahar hi aushadhi, food itself is medicine. Long before modern nutrition science coined terms like functional food or nutraceuticals, India's food heritage has already embedded these concepts in daily diets. Today, this ancient wisdom is converging with modern R&D, clinical validation, and consumer demand. The global nutraceuticals and functional food market is valued at over US $500 billion in 2024 and is expected to reach nearly $900 billion by 2030. Within this, herbal and plant-based products are one of the fastest growing segments, reflecting a clear shift towards natural, preventive, and sustainable nutrition. Closer home, India's Ayush-based food sector is also gaining momentum. The Ministry of Ayush has notified Ayush-Aahar regulations under FSSAI to ensure safety, standardization, and consumer trust. Initiatives like Ayush Export Promotion Council was set up in 2022, and India's nutritional diplomacy mission aimed to position Ayush-inspired food products as a global wellness solution. Through this session, our intent is to explore how Ayush Aahar can be scientifically validated and integrated with modern food science, supported through policy frameworks and quality standards, and scaled by industry leaders to meet both domestic health needs and global demands. We are fortunate to have distinguished panel today representing Ministry of Ayush, leading companies like Imami, Dabur, Patanjali. They will help us to understand the roadmap for Ayush Aahar from lab to market, from traditional kitchen to global supermarket shelves. With that, let me once again welcome all our speakers and participants. It is now my privilege to invite Dr. Sudhanshu Kumar, Manager R&D at Imami, to deliver the first presentation on Ayush Aahar for everyday wellness, integrating traditional wisdom with modern food science. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, participants. A holistic nutrition approach and Ayush Aahar. Actually, Ayush Aahar is a very new for as a food because and very old when it was in the under Ayush Ministry or Ayush regulations. So, as you know, FSI has very well regularized or under the trying to very best in the way of how to contribute the Ayurveda Aahar in the part of food. So both Department of Ministry, Food and Ayurveda are want to join how can we health foods we can promote for the consumers. So as you know, Aahar is the part of food, and when you put in the some health benefit, some disease reduction, the perspective might be changed. So Aahar, as know, when it was in ancient regulation, so the taste bud is a very dominant. Whatever is required for the when you consume the food, just we take What is the requirement? First is the taste, second is the appearance, and third is the health benefit or nutrition. So in the Ayurveda Aahar, some these organoleptic organs are already established in the Ayurveda Aahar. So like is a sweet, madhu, sour, salty, and bitter. So these all are already established in the food as well as in the Ayurveda Aahar. So when we contribute as a R&D, I am working with Imami Limited and as R&D. So right now we are just focused on the product taste, consumer perspective, shelf life. But if I can put the some health benefit, because some 71 Ayurvedic textbooks already mentioned in our Schedule A. So as a R&D, we should capture those recipes which is part of the food as well as the health supplement or health point of view. So as a nutritional point of view, when we eat the food, so already most of the campaigns are already going on, like is a reduce the salt, sugar, fat. So this is the part. So taking care with these all the segments, we can develop the new products in the different category. There is two approach. One is the food, like as you want to taste or some nutrition. Second is what is the requirement of the health point of view. When you go with the health point of view, so in the Ayurveda, Vat, Pitta, Kapha is already very well defined. When you develop some new product as a particular prakriti or particular season, so there is very well defined, and already I have captured some the part of the some recipes here to just discuss when we capture in which way. When you discuss in the Ayurveda Aahar is the Shastra, Samastra, Varga and Sarg. These are the classifications. So when we keep in mind during the development which product is support to the which disease or which health type of health supplements. So why do we need to redefinition of the Ayurveda Aahar? Because already food is already established in the market and already ABOs are taking care of the very well claims like as a rich dietary fiber or low sugar or low salt. When we combine with the Ayurveda Aahar with these aspects, so there is some uh, other classifications like as modern nutrition. When we develop some khichdi, so khichdi is already established in the market. So why need Ayush Aahar? Yes, Ayush Aahar is requirement for the health conscious people. Khichdi, just I am taking the khichdi, instant khichdi. Why? Because I have no time to prepare. So I can carry with instant premixes also. But I don't know when we consume the khichdi. Actually, the khichdi is the very well established in the Ayurvedic text. How to consume? जब आपने सुना होगा कि जब किसी को पेट खराब होता है या वॉमिट होता है या कभी कभी समटाइम्स कि फूड एलर्जी हो जाती है, तो उस टाइम पे डॉक्टर्स बोलते हैं कि आप पतली खिचड़ी खाइए. तो ये पहले से ही इस्टेब्लिश है, टेक्स्ट बुक्स में है, वहाँ पे उसके मेंशन किए हुए हैं कि कैसे प्रिपेयर करना है. आयुर्वेदिक टेक्स्ट में अगर आप देखेंगे तो प्रॉपर मेंशन है कि किस प्रोसेस से आपको बनाना है, किस पर्पस के लिए बनाना है, किस टाइम पर खाना है. इवन उसमें टाइम भी दिया हुआ है कि आपको किस टाइम पर खाना है. तो वो बहुत ही इस्टेब्लिश, बहुत ही वेरी वेल डिफाइंड है पहले से ही. बट अभी हम लोगों ने क्या किया है कि उसको थोड़ा सा इग्नोर कर दिया है. तो ये बोर्ड डिपार्टमेंट का एक बहुत अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है कि इसको हम फिर से वापस लोगों को एक अवेयरनेस दे रहे हैं. साथ में जब अवेयरनेस आएगी तो ये उस पार्ट को समझेंगे. अभी क्या होता है कि फूड सिर्फ टेस्ट के लिए खाते हैं, तो इसमें सीजनल एक बहुत बड़ा पार्ट होता है कि जैसे समर्स में कुछ प्रोडक्ट हमें नहीं खाने होते हैं लेकिन हम खाते हैं. रेनी सीजन में हमें दही नहीं खानी करती है, ऐसा आयुर्वेद में बोला गया है, लेकिन कंज्यूमर उसको बटर मिल्क कंज्यूम करते हैं बिकॉज उनको नहीं पता कि ये मेरे हेल्थ के लिए क्या इम्पैक्ट देगा। बट जब इस तरह की चीज़ें यहाँ पर आएंगी, इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे आएंगी, तो हमें पता होगा कि हम जब उस प्रोडक्ट को खाएंगे तो हमारे वात, पित्त एंड कफ की प्रकृति पे क्या इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा। तो बहुत एक अच्छा जो ये इनिशिएटिव है, आई थिंक हमें इसको कैप्चर करना चाहिए। और मैंने इस एज ए R&D पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से मैंने कुछ पार्ट को यहाँ पे कैप्चर करने की कोशिश किया है। इवन मैंने कुछ प्रोडक्ट डेवलप भी किए हैं। और रिसेंटली अभी FSI ने एक इनिशिएटिव लेते हुए लाइसेंस एप्लीकेशन का पोर्टल ओपन किया है। तो ये बहुत चीज़ें फास्ट ट्रैक पे आ रही हैं बिकॉज रेगुलेशन 2022 में आए हुए थे, बट ये कुछ टाइम से होल्ड था समहाउ। बट मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ आयुष ने इसको इनिशिएटिव लिया है और बहुत अच्छे वे में इसको आगे प्रोसेस कर रहे हैं। तो होप कि इंडस्ट्रीज़, एबीओज, कंज्यूमर सबके लिए एक बहुत अच्छा होने वाला है। अब इसमें अगर बात करते हैं कि कॉन्सेप्ट, आहार का कॉन्सेप्ट जो मैं अभी डिस्कस कर रहा था, थोड़ा सा मैं क्लासीफाई कर देता हूँ। ग्रुप ऑफ फ्रूट्स, क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ फ्रूट्स में एक वर्ग है आहार वर्ग, फला वर्ग, आसव वर्ग। तो ऐसे ऐसे ऑलरेडी क्लासिफाइड हैं कि अगर आपका प्रोडक्ट किस में जाता है। जैसे एक होता है फलासव, फ्रूट जूस से बना हुआ प्रोडक्ट फलासव, नाम बहुत अच्छा है, कैची है, आपको अच्छा लगेगा। प्रोडक्ट जब बन के आएंगे तो और अच्छे लगेंगे, क्लेम बहुत अच्छे बनेंगे इसके ऊपर। फैक्टर्स इसके होंगे कि इसको कैसे यूज़ करना है, किस वे में करना है। कंजप्शन के लिए हमारे पास बहुत सारी लिबर्टी है कि हम इसको कैसे कर पाएंगे, किस वे में कर पाएंगे। इसमें अगर आप बात करेंगे तो देखिए इसमें कुछ प्रकृति होती है, कारण होते हैं, संयोग है, डिफरेंट एक प्रोसेस होता है जिसमें उसकी पद्धति मेंशन की हुई है कि आपको इसको कैसे बनाना है। अब आयुर्वेद में क्या है कि अगर आप देखेंगे लिटरेचर, जो 71 आयुर्वेदिक टेक्स्ट बुक्स दी गई हैं उसमें क्लियरली मेंशन हुआ है कि अगर सीजन्स के हिसाब से अगर आप बनाते हैं तो समर में क्या खाना चाहिए, समर के लिए कौन सा फॉर्मेट सपोर्ट करेगा, वर्षा ऋतु के लिए कौन सा करेगा, शरद में कौन सा करेगा। अब मैंने थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे कैप्चर करने किया है, कोशिश किया है कि अगर हम इंग्रेडिएंट्स की बात करें तो हमें कौन सा इंग्रेडिएंट्स हमें सपोर्ट करता है उस सीज़न के हिसाब से। जब एज ए फूड टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट, एज ए आयुर्वेदिक प्रोफेशनल्स दोनों मर्ज करके जब इस पार्ट में आएंगे तो एक बहुत अच्छा प्रोडक्ट निकल के आने वाला है, विद अच्छे क्लेम के साथ आने वाले हैं। तो एक्सपेक्टेशन ये है कि हम लोग इसको विद न्यूट्रिशनल हेल्थ बेनिफिट एक इस प्रोडक्ट को प्रमोट करेंगे। प्रकृति के हिसाब से देखिए मैंने मेंशन किया है यहाँ पे कि वात, पित्त, कफ। वात में क्या खाना चाहिए, वात जब ज़्यादा हो तो क्या खाना चाहिए, पित्त बढ़ा हुआ तो क्या नहीं खाना चाहिए, कफ में क्या खाना चाहिए जिससे हमारा कफ ना बने। तो ऑलरेडी ये प्रोसेस जब प्रोडक्ट बनेगा तो फूड न्यूट्रिशन के साथ साथ वो हमें हेल्थ भी प्रोवाइड करेगा। तो प्रिवेंशन इसका हमारे पास एक फूड भी एक तरह से रेमेडी की तरह से काम करेगा। अभी मोस्ट ऑफ द जो डिजीज होती हैं 50% हमारे लाइफ स्टाइल एंड फूड पे डिपेंड करती है कि हमने क्या खाया, उसका इम्पैक्ट मुझे 4 दिन बाद पता चलेगा कि हो सकता है मेरे को कफ हो जाए, क्योंकि मेरी वात, पित्त, कफ की प्रकृति मेरी चेंज हो रही होगी। तो ये जो अप्रोच है कि आप न्यूट्रिशन आयुष आहार को, आयुर्वेदा आहार के नाम से इसका रेगुलेशन आया हुआ है, कैसे बनाना है वहाँ प्रॉपरली वेरी वेल मेंशन है कि आप अगर कुकिंग करते हैं तो कैसे करते हैं, किसके साथ करते हैं, उसका क्या बेनिफिट होगा। मैंने 1-2 प्रोडक्ट यहाँ पे कैप्चर किए हुए हैं कि अगर डिजीज़ के बेसिस पे करेंगे तो आपको यूशा, फर्स्ट प्रोडक्ट में ओदना, ओदन में क्या होता है कि आप बॉइल्ड राइस, जो पहले आप अगर देखेंगे पुराने टाइम में लोग इसको यूज़ करते थे, बट अभी लाइफ स्टाइल चेंज हो गई है, रिक्वायरमेंट चेंज हो गई है, तो ये चीज़ें सब ये हमारे सिस्टम से हट चुकी है। अगर हम उसको किसी फॉर्मेट पर लेके आते हैं, हमारे पास रेगुलेशन है, हम उसके साथ उसको मैनेज करते हुए इसको आगे कर सकते हैं। फिर से खिचड़ी उसका एक पार्ट है, क्योंकि खिचड़ी में भी पहले क्या था, मंड होता था, मंड को निकाल के फेंकते थे, फिर कुछ लोग इसको यूज़ करते थे। अभी होटल्स वगैरह में राइस बनाते हैं ओपन में, बट वो क्या करते हैं, उसको फेंक देते हैं, उसको उनको नहीं पता कि इसका यूज़ क्या है। बट अगर इस तरह की चीज़ों को हम लोग समझेंगे, आगे लेके आएंगे, तो ये एक कंज्यूमर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, हेल्थ पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बहुत अच्छा होने वाला है। कुछ ऐसे ही ऊषा मीन्स होता है सूप आप बनाते हैं, नॉर्मली मार्केट में रेडी टू ईट प्रीमिक्स आता है, स्टार्च बेस होता है, उसमें उतना नहीं रहता है कि आप उसको कंज्यूमर को समझ में आए कि मैं ये कंज्यूम कर रहा हूँ तो मेरा इसका हेल्थ बेनिफिट क्या है, इसके साइड इफेक्ट क्या है। बट आपकी बॉडी की रिक्वायरमेंट को समझते हुए जब आप फूड को कंज्यूम करेंगे, आहार को कंज्यूम करेंगे, तो वो एक हेल्थ पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बहुत अच्छा होने वाला है। ये वाटर बेस्ड, कर्ड बेस्ड, ये मल्टीपल रेसिपीज़ हैं जो अभी कैप्चर की गई हैं यहाँ पर। व्यंजन में भी बहुत मेंशन है, स्वीट्स की बहुत सारी डिशेज हैं जो ऑलरेडी कैप्चर की गई हैं यहाँ पर। तो न्यूट्रिशन पॉइंट से पूरा कंप्लीट प्रोफाइल है हमारे पास। अब रेगुलेशन हम लोग देखना पड़ेगा कि इसको जब प्रोसेस फूड में जाएंगे तो कैसे सपोर्ट कर पाते हैं, बिकॉज काफ़ी चीज़ें अभी इस्टेब्लिश हो गई हैं, रेसिपीज़ डिफाइंड हो गई है। शेड्यूल ए के अंदर जो बुक्स हैं उसके साथ हम लोग इसको आगे लेके जाएंगे। तो होप कि एज ए इमामी हम लोग फर्स्ट इनिशिएटिव करना चाहेंगे कि हम इसको आगे लेके आएँ और कंज्यूमर को इसको अवेयर करें। साथ साथ कैंपेन भी चलाने पड़ेंगे, बिकॉज कि ये एक विदाउट कैंपेन, क्योंकि आजकल की जो फास्ट लाइफ स्टाइल है, मॉडर्न जो लाइफ स्टाइल है, थोड़ा सा हमें इसको कैप्चर करना पड़ेगा एज ए कंज्यूमर भी, बिकॉज कि ये फॉर्मेट थोड़ा सा पुराना है, आपको उतना अट्रैक्टिव नहीं लगेगा, थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा, बट अगर इनिशिएट हुआ है तो हम लोग इसको कर पाएंगे। तो इसका टोटल समरी यही है कि हम लोग आज मिनिस्ट्री को एंड एफएसआई को, both department are very well established and very well focused on this regulation. So thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Sudhanshu Kumar. Thank you for highlighting the Ayurvedic perspective, redefinition and classification of Aahar, Ayush Aahar. Now I would invite Dr. Baidyanath Mishra, Head R&D and Healthcare from Dabur, to give his presentation and talk about the functional food and nutraceuticals innovative for preventive health through Ayush Aahar.
Yeah, first of all, good morning to all of you, and thank you to Ms. Santoshi and the entire IXL and Ayush inviting Dabur and me here. So, as I see that the requirement of audiences here today may be low, but the requirement of product in market is too high. So if you consider the new concept, like because many people do not like Sanskrit to be on the public platform, even my marketing team also. So if you define them in that particular Ayush Aahar, how should we define? Then for me as an R&D head, we should define that it is called as nutrition. That is called clinical nutrition. Suppose if we say that okay, the objective of the Ayush Aahar is only to meet the clinical nutrition, which is a more than 5,000 crore market as of now. When we define to my board of director and management, then we see that the requirement of clinical nutrition, which are there are very big brands, big companies are available in Indian market across all the diseases, mainly for the hospital and non-hospital diseases. So if you consider that okay, Ayush Aahar is going to supplement or to be part of the clinical nutrition, I hope the audiences will be more better, business will more better, and regulator also listen to more better. Okay, having said that, I also having accompanied by my two of my scientists here, Mr. Dharmendra and Dr. Gauri Alina, so who also represent Dabur of my team, who are working day and night not only for supporting this, also for entire healthcare basket what Dabur is releasing now. Now, as Mrs. Santoshi has given me direction that your presentation should be over by 5 to 7 minutes, I also value to that and made small breaks for 5 and 6 to giving highlighting which many people know, many people may not know, but I really appreciated the presentation Imami, the young scientist what he has done, the presentation what is, I really as a appreciated the way he has presented, but my little bit different will be that. Like always, we know that global nutrition landscape is very huge. It is coming into billions. So last week I was with Honorable Secretary of Food Safety that processing department along with other technical committees. We met the Secretary and Joint Secretary who was very much welcomed to our discussion. And he also has described that how there is a new department is coming up in future. They are all working out because presently for nutraceutical, there is no such dedicated department is there who will be policy makers merging to the Ayush and also the functional food, how to make it happen. So they are also working out what we understand in the last meeting. So now whatever page we have presented to the Joint Secretary Food Processing, I want to draw this one presentation here. Like what we say whenever look the global map, that nutrition is shifting towards more towards preventive healthcare. This is what we presented as a technical committee to the food processing. Like it can be nutritional, it can be functional food, it can be superfood, it can be food fortification, it can be sustainable diets, it can be dietary supplement. So for me, Aahar comes under total very valuable. It's called clinical nutrition. Dabur is working very hard on that, and we are going to establish because we are in market leader many products. So we want to lead this to support to as a Ayurvedic fraternity to the market, saying that okay, this is the advanced Ayurveda as a clinical nutrition part. So this market has been experiencing robust growth in recent years, driven by increasing consumer health awareness. So few months back when we are in Bangkok and we saw that people are surfing to the what this particularly product composed of. Recently last week also many of us might have visited IFEX and Nutraverse. When we have seen many people, I was standing there for half an hour with my team and seeing that people are picking to the product what exactly it is composed of, and that indicates that it is not merely people are coming for third party manufacturers as a menu card, okay, I need the cardiovascular, I need this. No, they are also reading that what does it contain, what is my limitation I am looking for, what is my ADI I am looking for, what is my threshold I am looking for, and benefit is anything I am not losing my organs as a chronic use, or I am not losing anything for not using. These people are coming, women are very much experienced now. Nowadays the Gen Z group, like Dabur, we are very much sensitive to Gen Z. So Gen Z also people are surfing to the mobiles, to the networks, understanding that what exactly they use and what they by eating or by topical, they are very much concerned. Thanks to the consumer awareness, our products, our categories, our usefulness also has increasing, and it will increase more and more. But yesterday I was into the FICCI R&D conclave. I don't know how many are there in that platform. So when the principal advisory, which was the explaining about that what is the R&D and why the India is far behind. So we understood that the R&D spent in India is not exceeding more than 0.2% of a GDP, where Korea is more than 5.5. So Government of India has welcomed that. There are two new policies coming up by November. So where there will be two groups, like one is Government of India is infusing 1 lakh crores into that R&D, and they also look the other corporates also to the part of that they should contribute. And the second part, corporates are putting the corpus fund and the government is doing that. So they need the more product oriented industry in India, not a service oriented. So anybody visited yesterday, they can see the what impact happened, how the R&D is going to up, and what the R&D means, the essence of the industry to pull up that. So now as a one slide, like I want to say what are the key drivers of market growth, whether it is a like Aahar today, or either you can go to upgraded version as per the classification regulation. The mainly for my belongings should be there, increasing health consciousness, rising chronic health conditions, advances in nutritional science, and aging population. These four could be the key factor which are driving the market growth presently for the health supplement nutraceutical or the Aahar into the public domain more and more, and it will increase also. Though there are certain regulatory hurdles are there in present Aahar, but it will be, there will be some time when FSSAI AYUSH will sit together, industries will represent more and more, and something going to happen for easiness of the both product, packaging, shelf life, and the composite into the public platform. But mainly the four factors which could be factor increasing the enhances for the modernized scientific nutrition to the market. Now this particularly we discuss in DICE in Dabur always, like what are the emerging research and innovation trends for the better nutritional outcome and healthier lives. So we planned, this is the four verticals could be there. One could be the nutraceutical and functional food, a very big market, a very emerging. Various companies are coming forward, both the bigger platforms and also startups. AYUSH-Holistic, which is recently launched and last 2-3 years, I hope the regulatory hurdles will go up. My regulatory head was there, but he has gone to some other meeting. We are working hard. Food fortification is another technology, and Santoshi Madam also included one slide. I also part of that. I am sending the one slide how the food fortification in AYUSH-Holistic also can beneficial to us. And the superfoods is a very big concept in now US, UK and Europe, the superfoods, because we are having the Ayur-Aahar, but can we segregate those in 4? Then my business, my R&D, because when business is there, management will spend money on R&D. So when we saw as R&D people, okay, my Ayur-Aahar can be born for 4 verticals, and honestly speaking, they will infuse and the people will be more oriented and the consumer will be self-sustained for that. Now in these two platforms, whenever we say, like many years presentation, we flow in the internets and also spoken, the nutraceuticals and functional foods, there are two separate categories what we look for, like the food for dietary component that may provide a health benefit beyond basic nutrition. That can be part of our Ayur-Aahar, can also put a functional food. Few Ayush-Aahar also which can be patented proprietary can also put up nutraceutical, which are the isolated, purified and formulated healthful product. I will show few how is my ideation to fall this Ayur-Aahar into vertical. Please trust me, the business will grow up. People will look at us, newspaper will be behind us, and we will have a remarkable effort. And Ayush department also very happy that yes, there is some business happening for the initiative what they have taken. Until knowledge Ayur-Aahar reaches to hospitals, until Ayush-Aahar reaches to home people who are needing for metabolic syndrome, until knowledge Ayur-Aahar reaches to people who need from organ like failures, maybe chronic diabetes, hypertension or whatever disease we look for, until knowledge reaches to emergency or essential. Please trust me, this will remain within the 4 boundaries, it cannot go up, and Dabur is committed to take this Ayur-Aahar into the platform to the hospital. This is my commitment, which I have advised my team and my management to push it ahead. So Ayur-Aahar to be there as an essential nutrition to the public who are needing for that, not merely lying in the 24 square foot room chamber. So this is logo, everybody knows, I don't want to push more on here. So this is a good logo, good underline, I really love this one to see there. Now there is a gap to be meet between the nutraceutical health supplement and Ayurveda Aahar. So this I will be driving in the few more 1 or 2 slides and give you the example like how we have made and 1 or 2 product already coming to market very soon. So now if I consider these particularly categories of Ayur-Aahar, like if I by category by A, B and B1, B2. So these are the 4 categories which are there in the regulatory in the word format. What me and my team has done, better presentable, lovely looking. Because when you go to any movie hall and you see the movie room is dull, dirty seat, obviously will not go to be sit there. But if a movie hall is little bit romantic nature, I can go there and I can see okay, my 3 hours is more pleasurable and I owe that what money I paid for ticket is worth for that. That is why the PVR is leading, because they provide little comfort, convenience to Indian people. Earlier 10 years back, I know many of my people who are 14 and 50 are sitting here. 10, 15 years when there is a movie hall to the go family, we are obliging whether to go or not to go. Now when the moment is the PVR and INX, okay, I can go there at least can relax 2-3 hours because the ambience has been created. So now Ayur-Aahar has to create the ambiences to read the people, not as hating as a Sanskrit. It has to be lucrative, it has to be very lovely. That's why we say that medicine should be food, food should not be medicine. Now this is one of these like slokas which we are refer, one of the product that I wanted is okay, like many people feel difficult how to read, but we have to find a romance in between the words. So we have to find a lovely wording from the word to make the world saying that, oh, we are a Sanskrit people, but we are not far behind the clinical nutrition. So these are the couple of fortified foods, beverages which we are working in the platform now. Here we have presented in the slides of the few, but as Santoshi madam has given time short, now time is floating, I am not explaining more detail, but few examples, the people who can catch the screens, I will love to hear that. So now another slide also the team has asked me how this development of fortified food to be here. So I understood my honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, whom I love very much. Now the man who has created an holistic and said that make in India and made in India concept can happen if we make the product, we develop the product and manufacture product and consumed by us. then his concept Atmanirbhar can be fruitful. Looking for that, giving honor to all the women. So I have thought this could be the one of the platform that how this fortified food can be fruitful. And trust me that outside the two is called Kharjur Pras, one we developed recently by Dabur, is a part of that. Like we say, okay, what the woman can have in fortification? Like this is a borrowed slide from Ayush, nothing I have created. Like hormonal balance, food such as sesame, flaxseed, satabari, which can help regulate menstrual cycles and support reproductive health, can be part of the product or can be part of the Aahar or the clinical nutrition. Strong bones and vitality, health, digestion, immunity. Pregnancy and postpartum, this is the biggest issues are being asked. Like when I was presenting a talk in the last 2-3 days back for Ayurveda Day, also there was a question by the press media when I was attending that, the what exactly Ayurveda says about the pregnancy postpartum. So that's why I put a mention here, and also mental well-being. So mental well-being, pregnancy postpartum, healthy digestion, hormonal balance and strong bones. I feel the kuda part of the every woman is fighting every day, though they do not speak, but they are actually feeling that we need to address them. So these are the key factors to make Ayush-Aahar as a national importance. As I said, until unless reach the essential people and until unless we reach to the benefit of the woman and child, then we cannot be in platform for that. So these are something like Ayush-Aahar, how the preventive healthcare can happen, that we say the Visayasatan, that all 8 whatever we mentioned. So I think doctor has already might have mentioned in the slide, I am not repeating that. And also Santosh madam said that what could be future, Ayush-Aahar nutraceutical can be for me, I think these are the 4 market verticals which people are struggling. One is cardiovascular health, one is cognitive health, one is weight management, one is the skin aging. We are working very hard into the 4 sector, and we are going to build this in slowly in the moment also. Like if you see, like yesterday when I was in like R&D conclave FICCI, and we have noted that the cardiac mortality which was presented by the scientists who are sitting there in the presentation, and then he said that the cardiac mortality has increased now more than by 2x, and the mortality also visible available now at the age of 25 years. Unbelievable what the data they have presented. So I thought to include this slide for there, could be maybe more, but cognitive is another big issue, mental health, skin aging, weight management, cardiovascular health could be the potential where Ayush-Aahar can support for that instead of going entire world. So this 4, maybe the people love us to put their Aahar in their table and for the consumption. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Mishra. It was a very nice presentation that we have. Dabur is a household name. We have grown up with Dabur, and today's generation is also growing up with the same name. It's good to see that our industry is getting involved in Ayush-Aahar and helping all of us in changing the landscape of global nutrition. R&D is one factor that everybody has been looking for, not just in India, but also globally. And it's good to see that Dabur and other industry members are getting into the R&D fact. Now, I would invite Dr. Raman Kaushik from Ministry of Ayush. Just to give you a brief about Dr. Kaushik, Dr. Kaushik is a research officer Ayurveda at CCRAS. He's previously worked in the lab and pharmacopoeia section, Ayush development section, and Ayush drug policy section of Ministry of Ayush. Dr. Kaushik has published several research papers in peer-reviewed journals. He had handled matters related to the DNC Act 1940, Ayush industry issue, revision of IPR guidelines, Ayurveda Aahar, ASU Drug Technical Advisory Board, and other aspects of Ayush drug policy. He has also served as a member of monitoring committee for various ministry schemes and WHO COPP inspections. Currently, he is working as OSD Technical to Secretary Ayush and also member of Executive Committee Ayush-Aahar at FSSI. Over to you, Dr. Kaushik.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the elaborative introduction. But I think there are many more people who are sitting here with which are having more stronger profile than me. I think Dr. Ravindra sir is there, who is actually the man behind, who is instrumental in developing this Ayurveda Aahar in FSI. He is director in FSI. So thank you so much, sir, for coming. Thank you so much. And esteemed speaker on the dais, respected audience, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. So I'll be going to present to share my thoughts on the policy push for the Ayush Ahar. So this topic has been given to me, and I would try to share my thoughts on it. I think my preceding speakers has already covered many things about the Ayush Ahar. So I will just try to make it to sum up, and if any new thing I would like to share, that I will highlight. So, so we all are talking about the food. So what exactly the global demand of food? So here are some of the figures which I have collated. So we can see that this Fortune Business Insights reported that the market size of the global food is around USD 364 billions in 2024, and which is projected to reach by the double of its size with a 10.33% CAGR from 2025 to 2032. Especially when we talk about the plant-based food items, so they have already reached the USD of 28.6 billion in 2024. Now, talking to the, when we talk about the traditional foods, so the global ethnic and traditional food market has already been valued as a USD of 133 billion in 2023, and it is projected to reach by reach to 221 billion by 2030, growing to the CGR by 7.1. Now, when we see about the consumer preference about the food, so it has been reported that 75% of the global consumers, they prefer the natural, minimally processed, and culturally authentic food. Further, the global food demand is expected to increase by 35% to 56% between 2010 to 2050. Now, my preceding speaker already talked about the key drivers. So I would just highlight that what are the key drivers which are actually increasing this global food demand. So the first and the foremost is the awareness about the health and wellness. So especially after post-COVID era, every person, every individual in this world is got aware about the health, and they want to take only such food and medicines which actually promotes wellness and prevents diseases. So this is the main key driver for the global demand. Now coming to the second thing is the cultural and heritage appeal. Further, because see, nobody in today's world want to take any medicine. So everybody want to get the preventive aspect of health, and they emphasize that what should we eat so that we don't fall ill. So this is also one of the key driver that people want functional food and nutraceutical foods, because they actually think that the food which can prevent us from the various diseases could be better than the normal food. And of course, the natural, the herbal, the plant-based products are always growing in demand. Because see, on the previous slide, I have already mentioned the growing market size of plant-based food. So these are few of the key drivers for the global food demands. Now coming to the food regulations. So, in India, there are various acts which are previously available prior to the Food Safety and Standards Act. So there were multiple acts which are the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act 1954, Fruit Product Order, Meat Food Product Order. So what happened in 2006, the Food Standard and Safety Authority of India, it actually collated all these domains of these acts related to the food, and put a umbrella act wherein all these things are covered. So in 2006, this FASAI Act came up, followed by the regulations in 2011. Now, what are the primarily food categories which has been covered under this act? So the first is the health supplement, we all know, which are intended to supplement the normal diet of a person. The second is the nutraceuticals. So nutraceuticals that can provide a health benefit or medical benefit to us. Then there is a food for special dietary purpose. There is a for the special medical purposes there, food with added prebiotics and probiotics, and there is a category having the food containing plants and botanicals, and there is a novel food category also. But recently what happens in 2022, as we all are discussing today, there is a specialized category of Ayurveda Aahar has been added in these regulations. And we all know the regulator of food in India is FSSAI. So this is a joint collaboration which has been, which was happened between the FSSAI and Ministry of Ayush. And as a result, these FSSAI, this Ayurveda Aahar regulations was formulated in 2022. So what is Ayush Aahar? So when we broadly see, I just want to mention, because maybe some of the people are not aware about the Ayush systems. So Ayush systems comprises 5 systems of medicine which are Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, Sova Rigpa and homeopathy. So these all systems are considered as the traditional medicine of India. And when we say it's a Ayush Aahar, so what does it mean? It means that the food is prepared in accordance with the principle of Ayush systems. So when we say it's a Ayurveda Aahar, so it means that these has the essence of principles of Ayurveda. Similarly, there are also other systems also like Unani, Sova Rigpa. So I have put it some of the examples of that Aahar categories here. Like for in Ayurveda, there is a Yavagu, which Dr. Mr. Sudhanshu was talking about. Krishra, which is khichdi. Similarly, in in Siddha, there is a Kuz and Rasam. In Unani, there are several categories like Sharbat, Murabba, Khamira. And in Sova Rigpa also, they have Pocha and Champ. So these are the various kind of traditional food which has been described in various Ayush systems of medicine. Now, what makes this Ayush Aahar unique? So it has to be like, this is the main differentiation of Ayush Aahar from the normal food, because these foods are actually based on the individual constitutions. So when we make these food, so they can be customized according to the prakriti, according to the constitution of a person, and it can provide the personalized nutrition also. Because see, now the world is shifting towards the personalized medicine, so why not we move towards the personalized nutrition? So this is what the uniqueness of Ayush Aahar, that they can address the personal need of a person. Now coming to the second point, it's they can be prescribed in accordance with the climatic conditions. They are actually focused on your metabolism and digestion, not for your taste. So this is the major difference. So food, usually what happens then when companies come with the food products, they actually come with a good taste. The first requirement is the palatability and the good taste, so that the consumer can take these products. But these products, food products, are primarily mentioned or prescribed or described for their health benefits, for the goodness of your body, for improving your digestion and metabolism. Now, there are certain categories, there are certain foods in Ayush Aahar which will be useful in the disease condition also, and generally these are very minimally processed and regionally available. So this already been talked by my preceding speakers. I just touched this, and already into 2022, FSSAI has formulated this Ayurveda Aahar regulations, and these as per these regulations, the Ayurveda Aahar is that which is prepared in accordance with the processes and ingredients and recipes prescribed in the authoritative books of Ayurveda. There is a Schedule A in these regulations which have 71 enlisted books, and which could be the source of the recipes, ingredients and processes about the Ayush Aahar. These category of of Aahar does not include any Ayurvedic drug, any proprietary Ayurvedic drug which have been manufactured in accordance with the provisions of drug and cosmetic and rules thereunder. Now, what are the salient feature of this Ayurveda Aahar? So mainly it is prepared keeping in view of the sanctity of Ayurveda and concept of the Ayurveda. so that the fundamental concepts of the Ayurveda will not be diluted. So there is a provisions for the classical Ayurveda preparations as well as for the innovative food products. So as per these regulations, the manufacturing of Ayurveda Aahar and Ayurveda drugs could be done in the same premises but in distinct places. So there is a prescribed list of authoritative books there. There is safety requirements specified in the regulations. There is a prescribed provisions for the labeling and packaging of the Ayush Aahar. You can see the logo on your left upright. So this is the logo for Ayurveda Aahar. And FASAI has also constituted an expert committee to look after all the regulatory matters related to the Ayurveda Aahar. And there are a Schedule T which is having details regarding the permitted food additives in the Ayurveda Aahar products. So this categories has also been already been enumerated by my preceding speakers. So I think I can skip this. There are primarily 4 categories: category A, B, B1, B2, and every category has different regulatory requirement which has to be fulfilled by the applicant. So what is the scope of Ayurveda Aahar? So as we already talked that it is beneficial for the health and wellness. So it is aimed to promote the preventive health, digestive wellness and immunity. So most of the products, most of the Ayurveda Aahar utilize natural ingredients and herb for the therapeutic benefits, and it aligns with the modern dietary habits emphasizing balance and seasonal suitability. Now coming to the market potential, so there is a huge market potential because there is a rising public interest in preventive health and sustainable living. There is increased recognition of Ayurveda Aahar as a trusted nutritional choice, and there are so many opportunities for the innovation in the product development and market expansion. And ultimately it aligns with our traditional wisdom. We can tag these products as our traditional wisdom, as our tradition, so that the world will be more attracted towards our Ayurveda Aahar products. Now coming to the research and innovation. So there is a huge scope for further research and innovation in Ayurveda Aahar categories. So what is required that the joint efforts between the Ayurveda practitioner, food scientist and regulatory bodies, they should sit together and formulate that what could be the best way to promote these Ayurveda Aahar and do some and to generate some evidence about the efficacies and about the safety and about the benefits of Ayurveda Aahar. So there is a unique term of nutrigenomics, though it's a new term, but it could be a future of for all the Ayurveda Aahar. So there are 3 terms: Ayur, Nutri, and Genomics. So genomics, we all know the science is knowing about the genome, genetic material of an individual. So I'll give an example. There is a Ayur Genomics project which has been done by the Ministry of Ayush in association with the IGIBCSIR. So what is that? So there is a unique concept of Prakriti, Mizaj in Ayush systems, which makes these science personalized towards every individual. So maybe in the coming future, we are able to find out that what is the genomic requirement for an individual regarding the food and nutrition. And Ayurveda Aahar or Ayush Aahar can play a pivotal role in aligning all these things for future medicine and future food. Now, the export potential. This has already been covered. I have just quoted some of the things like this ethnic and traditional foods have a strong growth potential in Europe, North America and Asia Pacifics. There are various food categories that can be, we can cache them by labeling such as organic, plant-based, gluten-free, vegan, low sugar containing. So these all are the possible captures for an FBOs or a manufacturer, food operator, who can promote these kind of Ayurveda Aahar globally. So what are the challenges? I will just go through quickly. So because the main challenge is that these regulations are recent, because recently it has been like in the year 2022 it was notified, but recently FSI has facilitated its approval on the FOSCUS portal. So maybe there must be some teething problems, there must be some challenges, regulatory challenges, but which can be which can be streamlined by sitting by having a joint workshops, having conferences, roundtables, where all the AYUSH holders, stakeholders can sit together and formalize some way out. Now, the other important challenge is the global market access. So there are divergent international and food standards, and it varies from country to country. So it could be a challenge to meet the regulatory requirement of Ayurveda Aahar according to that country. Similarly, there may be some restrictions regarding the labeling of the products of Ayurveda Aahar. And the last is still this research and scientific validation of this Ayurveda Aahar. So for going national to the global level, we need to address the limited clinical, nutritional, and safety studies issues to claim that these products are safe and efficacious. So I think this I've already discussed. And this policy push is already I've elaborated regarding the export of Ayurveda Aahar. Now coming to the conclusion, so one thing is for sure that Ayush Aahar, Ayurveda Aahar is a strategic initiative combining health, tradition, and innovation. So it also aligns with the India's soft power like yoga, and it also aligns with the health goals, economic visions. Research in the nutrigenomics and functional food could enables us to for the personalized nutrition and health benefits. It can definitely boost our Ayush sector and its contribution towards the country's economy and wellness sector. There is a need of collaborative efforts among the researchers, industry, regulatory body, which can strengthen our Ayush Aahar as a globally recognized and competitive food category. And ultimately it supports our self-reliant India, which is Atmanirbhar Bharat, through the indigenous food systems. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Raman. It was a very comprehensive presentation that we have on how the government is working on the policy push for Ayush Aahar, and how Dr. Raman has highlighted the demand for nutritional parts and features of the Ayurvedic Aahar. Thank you, Dr. Raman. Now I would invite for a presentation from Dr. Suman Jha. He's the Chief General Manager for Patanjali Foods, and he'll be talking about the scaling of Ayush Aahar from indigenous recipes to global nutrition solutions. And Patanjali, we all know, have been doing this in a very methodological way. So we would invite Dr. Suman for the presentation. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Madam Santosh and co-panelist and audience over here. I have allowed for 5 to 6 minutes, as Dr. Misra said, at very short notice period. I think everything has discussed in the panel, nothing left for me. Although I'll highlight some points. Holistic nutrition, redefined Ayush Aahar approach. It is integrating traditional wisdom with modern science. हमारे FSI में पहले भी बहुत सारे ऐसे चीज़ें थीं, लेकिन उसको कैसे और सिस्टमेटिक किया जाए, आयुष के साथ कैसे उसको कोलैबोरेट किया जाए. उसके लिए जो ये आयुष आहार का नया कंसेप्ट, नया चीज़ जो अभी हुआ है, उसका रजिस्ट्रेशन भी शुरू हो गया है. कई कंपनियों ने रजिस्ट्रेशन भी करा है उसमें। ये बहुत ज़रूरी था और बहुत ही सही समय पे हुआ है। एज यू नो, ग्लोबली अभी जो डिस्टरबेंस चल रहा है, और हमारे ट्रम्प साहब ने तो ये टैक्सेस वो टैक्सेस ये करके जो पूरा दुनिया को अभी हर एक आधे घंटे में नया झटका देते हैं, उससे अगर बाहर निकलना है तो जैसा डॉक्टर कौशिक ने बताया कि आत्मनिर्भर भारत बनना पड़ेगा। आत्मनिर्भर भारत के लिए ये सब ज़रूरी है कि हम सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट हो जाएं। तो उसके लिए ये सब चीज़ों का जल्दी जल्दी अपने आप पे डिपेंडेंट हो, मतलब दूसरों से डिपेंडेंसी ख़त्म करने के लिए ये सब करना ज़रूरी है। सो वी स्टार्ट माई प्रेजेंटेशन। जो होलिस्टिक न्यूट्रिशन फोकस ऑन physical, mental and spiritual well-being. It goes beyond calorie counting, emphasizes balance, harmony and natural healing. I am not going to detail because already everything has discussed by our co-panelist. Redefinition needed due to rise in lifestyle diseases. आदमी का लाइफ स्टाइल आजकल इतना हेक्टिक हो गया है, एवरीबडी वांट रेडीमेड फूड। कोई घर में बनाने का कष्ट नहीं करता है, करने की कोशिश नहीं करता है, सभी को रेडीमेड फूड चाहिए। तो उसके लिए आपको पूरा न्यूट्रिशन कैसे मिले और कहाँ से आएगा? सो कंसेप्ट ऑफ आयुष आहार इज होलिस्टिक डाइटरी फ्रेमवर्क बेस्ड ऑन आयुर्वेदा, योगा, यूनानी, सिद्धा एंड होम्योपैथी। फूड एज मेडिसिन अलाइंड विथ प्रकृति, एनवायरनमेंट एंड सीजन। हमारे बुजुर्ग क्या बोलते थे कि सीजनल फ्रूट खाना चाहिए, सीजनल वेजिटेबल खाना चाहिए। लेकिन लोगों की तृष्णा ऐसी है कि जो चीज़ जिस सीजन में नहीं मिल रहा है, अगर कोई उस गेस्ट उसके यहाँ आते हैं तो वो उनको खिला के ये खुशी का अनुभव करते हैं कि अभी कहाँ नॉर्थ में, साउथ में या वेस्ट में जहाँ जो मिल रहा है वो चीज़ लाके हम दिखाएंगे कि हमें नया। लेकिन नहीं, आपके शरीर को वही चीज़ सूट करता है जो उस एरिया में होता हो और जो उस सीजन में होता हो। सीजन और रीजन, ये दो चीज़ जो है बहुत मैटर करता है। सीजन वाइज और रीजन वाइज जो आपके जड़ी बूटी है या जो भी खाने के चीज़ें हैं, उनमें वो गुणवत्ता उसी हिसाब से आता है। प्रकृति ने ऐसा ही हिसाब किताब रखा हुआ है। सो खाने को खाने की तरह, मतलब खाने को दवाई की तरह लीजिए आप। पहले बोलते थे ना कि हम खाने के लिए जिंदा हैं, लेकिन आजकल जो युवा पीढ़ी, जैन जी का जो बात किया है डॉक्टर मिश्रा ने, जैन जी में क्या है, अभी उनका अवेयरनेस ऐसा हो गया है कि हम जीने के लिए खा रहे हैं। खाने के लिए जीना और जीने के लिए खाने में बहुत फर्क है, बिल्कुल उल्टा है। तो इतना आप लीजिए कि आपको सरवाइव करने में ज़्यादा दिक्कत नहीं हो। इवन हमारे स्वामी रामदेव जी तो बोलते हैं कि शाम को खाना भी नहीं खाना चाहिए, सूर्यास्त के बाद खाना नहीं खाना चाहिए। आपको अगर वेट मैनेजमेंट अपना ये करना है तो सूर्यास्त के बाद खाना नहीं खाना चाहिए। इट ब्रिजेज एंशिएंट विजडम विथ मॉडर्न न्यूट्रिशनल साइंस। आयुष आहार, द की प्रिंसिपल ऑफ आयुष आहार, इंडिविजुअलाइज्ड न्यूट्रिशन बेस्ड ऑन बॉडी टाइप, बात, पित्त, कफ ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड। सीजनल ईटिंग अलाइनिंग विथ नेचर साइकिल, जिस सीजन में जो चीज़ होता है वही चीज़ आपको लेना चाहिए। सात्विक बैलेंस, प्रमोटिंग क्लैरिटी, वाइटलिटी एंड हार्मनी। फूड साइनर्जी, कंबाइनिंग फूड फॉर ऑप्टिमल डाइजेशन। प्रिवेंटिंग हेल्थ न्यूट्रिशन एज द फर्स्ट स्टेप टुवर्ड्स डिजीज प्रिवेंशन। देन पिलर ऑफ होलिस्टिक न्यूट्रिशन इन आयुष आहार। Aahar balanced meal with fresh natural ingredients. Vihar lifestyle, that is daily routine, yoga, exercise. जो योगा का कंसेप्ट अभी स्वामी जी ने अभी इंडिया में जागृत किया है, और अभी होम्योपैथ हो या एलोपैथ हो या आयुर्वेद हो, जो हो, जितने भी डॉक्टर्स हैं सब ये प्रमोट करते हैं कि हाँ आपको कुछ शारीरिक व्यायाम करना चाहिए, और उस मतलब वह प्राणायाम करना चाहिए, आपको एक्सरसाइज करना चाहिए। खाने के साथ ये सब चीज़ करने की बहुत ज़रूरत है। अगर आप शरीर को पूरा एक्सरसाइज में नहीं लगा रहे हैं डेली रूटीन में आप सही से उसको नहीं यूज कर रहे हैं तो आपके लिए वो अच्छी बात नहीं है। औषधि, मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स इन डेली डाइट, बहुत सारे ऐसे हैं डेली डाइट्स में यूज करते हैं, लेकिन हमें पता नहीं था इससे पहले कि इसमें ये कंटेंट होने चाहिए, ये कंटेंट चाहिए। लेकिन अभी क्या है, कंज्यूमर बहुत अवेयर हो गया है। इवन आप अगर देखेंगे तो छोटे मोटे उसमें भी लोग जाते हैं ना, तो उसके पैनल, न्यूट्रिशनल पैनल पे देखते हैं कि क्या क्या लिखा हुआ है, क्या क्या आपके बॉडी को ये कर सकता है। सो ये बहुत जरूरी है। आचार, ethical eating, gratitude, mindful consumption. So these are the holistic nutrition in Ayush Aahar. These are pillars. Component of an Ayush Aahar plate, that is grains, cereal, millets, whole grains, seasonal staples, already discussed. Protein, legumes, pulses, nuts, seeds, vegetable and fruits, seasonal local vegetables, minimal processed. Dairy and probiotic, buttermilk, curd, ghee in moderation, spices and herbs, turmeric, ginger, tulsi, natural healers, hydration, herbal infusion, warm water. These are the component of an Ayush Aahar plate. Then coming to the Ayush Aahar versus modern diet. Ayush Aahar prevention, natural, seasonal, personalized, sustainable. Modern diets focused on calorie, weight loss, processed food, generalized approach, short-term results. Then scientific validation. This is very much required, और जैसा डॉक्टर मिश्रा ने बताया कि R&D पे बहुत सारा काम चल रहा है। हमारे पतंजलि में भी करीब 200 पेपर पब्लिश्ड हुए हैं इन सब चीज़ों पे, और वो पब्लिक डोमेन में है। नहीं तो आपको पता है कि एक बड़े ही प्रतिष्ठित जर्नल में अश्वगंधा और गिलोय को भी उन्होंने ऐसा दे दिया था कि इससे लीवर खराब हो जाएगा, इससे बहुत सारा नुकसान हो जाएगा। उसी जर्नल में हमारे रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट डिपार्टमेंट ने उसी जर्नल में फिर उसको पब्लिश किया कि ये नहीं, गलत बात है और ऐसा नहीं होता है। तो ये है कि हम R&D जब तक नहीं करेंगे, R&D पे इतना ज़्यादा वर्क नहीं करेंगे, तब तक हम किसी को फाइट नहीं कर सकते। तो R&D अभी बहुत सारा करने की ज़रूरत है। So you have to have scientific validation. Genomics का आपने बात किया डॉक्टर कौशिक ने, gut health, probiotics, fermented food support digestion, immunity herbs like ashwagandha, tulsi, turmeric boost immunity, stress mindful eating and yoga reduce stress. Then benefit of Ayush Aahar: strengthen immunity and resilience, improve digestion and metabolism, balances mind, body, spirit, then prevent lifestyle disorders, promote longevity and vitality. The practical applications is daily practice warm water with herbs, seasonal fruits, mindful timings, meal planning, breakfast with fresh fruits, lunch meal, light dinner skip ही करें तो ज़्यादा ठीक है, डिनर में जाए ही नहीं, सूर्यास्त के बाद खाए नहीं। Mindful habits, eating without distraction, gratitude before meals. Case studies example, diabetes management, millet-based diet plus Ayurvedic herbs. It helps a lot. Immunity boost, Chyawanprash, Tulsi tea. Then stress relief, yoga, sattvic diet improving mental clarity. Role of modern healthcare is integrates into wellness program, supports preventive healthcare policies, complements modern medicine with dietary therapy, potential for global adoption of sustainable nutritional model. So challenges and opportunities are: challenges that awareness, lifestyle adaptation, scientific validation. I would like to request Ayush department to arrange some awareness program for this Ayush Aahar, because this is very nascent baby. So you need to have some awareness program in FBO. Opportunity, government support, Ayush integration, global wellness market. Then way forward, promote research and clinical validation, educate masses on prevention nutrition, encourage organic local farming, digital platform for personalized Ayush Aahar plans. Conclusion is, Ayush Aahar is not just a diet, it is a lifestyle. Blend tradition and modern science, a path towards healthier, sustainable, balanced society. So this is all about, thank you very much, nourishing body, mind and soul through food, holistic wellness for all. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Jha, for highlighting about the mindful eating. And this, I think, everybody has been watching Ramdev ji also every day in the morning for almost starting at 4 o'clock in the morning till late in the evening. So now we have with us today Dr. Ravinder Singh, Director FSSI, and I would request you also, sir, to please come over because you have been instrumental in developing Ayurveda Aahar regulations. So I would request you, sir, to please give your remarks and also talk about the regulations and how we can work more on Ayush Aahar side. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Santosh madam, for calling me. So actually, I was just passing through it. I saw Ayush Ahar, so I just came inside this hall. Actually, Ahar was outside, but the science is being talked here. So as Raman has already told, we are working since 2020, and we were in collaboration with Ayush. We have formulated this Ayush Ayurveda Ahar regulation, and which was notified in 2022. And after that, a lot of work has been done. So it was really a big challenge for us that to find out food recipes which have been mentioned and which was lying scattered in 71 authoritative books, which have been mentioned in Schedule 1 of their regulation. So we are grateful to Ministry of Ayush that they have helped us, helped FSSAI in curling out this. We have starting from 1016 recipes were taken out from 71 authoritative books by National Institute of Ayurveda, and then we sat together, experts sat together, and then we just further pruned it, and then it was reduced to around 900, and then finally we settled for around 91 recipes which have been published as Ayurveda Ahar Compendium for volume 1. So in our regulation, it has been told that FSSAI and Ayush, they will provide a list of the Ayurveda Ahar recipes to the food stakeholders for licensing processes. And for this, a list has been, this document, the compendium has been placed on our website on 25th of July. And then we have started, after that we have worked together with our expert committee, which is headed by Professor Meeta Kotecha. So, and Raman is also one of the expert member in it. And we sat together, and I joined FSSAI in 2023. So after that, we have worked very hard with Ayush, and we had many meetings. And then as a result, we started the licensing on 2nd of September 2025. And I'm happy to announce that one of the company, NutriScience from Surat, they have got the first Ayurveda Ahar license for 10 food recipes. So it is also learned that NIA is also applied for license, and we expect more licenses. But if you see, the things are not so easy for Ayurveda industry. So actually, I've got my roots from Ayurveda. I've got around 22 years of experience in Ayurveda in product development and research and development and regulatory affairs. So then I moved to food science. If you see, when you are making Ayurvedic drugs, and suddenly you wake up in the morning and you start dreaming of making some food articles from Ayurveda. First of all, you should have a whole setup for making food recipes. Because as our regulation says that the Ayurveda Ahar recipes manufacturer, they should have their own food line. So when you are making medicine, you cannot make food. And when you are making food, you cannot make medicine. As a part of GMP, as a Schedule T, we say that there should not be cross-contamination. So first of all, when Ayurveda industry is gearing up for Ayush Ahar or Ayurveda Ahar, they have to get food line ready for them. And they should comply to the Schedule 4 of our FSS Act 2006, which is our GMP. So everything has to be complied with the GMP of the food recipes, and then the food line should be there, and then only you can just make these food recipes. So there is a lot of thing needs to be done. As Madam has already told, and Sumanji has also told, that we need to create awareness also. So soon we are going to have some this kind of, we have planned that we will be having some regional conferences on Ayush Ahar. So we'll be calling all the stakeholders, because now FSSAI has changed their strategy. Now we are going to the stakeholders. So we are having all the stakeholder conferences around the pan India, and we are just calling the industry, and we used to just discuss with all of them. So I used to deal with the new licensing also. So we have started new thing that on every Wednesday, on the every second and fourth Wednesday of the month, we are calling all the stakeholders. If they have any problem or any issues with the licensing or the product approval, they can just come to FSSAI, and they can just sit with my team and discuss their problems across. So at present, we are having around 8 such kind of stakeholders deliberations with us. So it is already, this point is being liked by the industry. तो many people used to come to us and they used to discuss their problems. तो आयुष आहार के भी लोग हमारे पास आते हैं, तो वहाँ भी बात होती है. तो अभी 91 की एक रेसिपी, एक कंपेंडियम हमारे पास आ गया है. एक्सपर्ट कमेटी ने एक सेकेंड वॉल्यूम ऑल्सो वी हैव प्रिपेयर्ड. सो सून वी आर जस्ट गोइंग टू जस्ट रिफाइन इट, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू पुट इट ऑन आवर वेबसाइट. तो अभी दैट नाउ व्हाट माय टीम इज गोइंग टू डू, दैट वी वांट टू पुट आयुष आहार ऑन ग्लोबल लेवल. एंड आई invite you all that we are having one session on traditional food and global standard at 16:30 at Audi 2 at level 2. So आप सभी लोगों का स्वागत है, आप उसमें आ सकते हैं. और उसमें हमारे काफ़ी बाहर के लोग भी आ रहे हैं. तो वी आर नॉट पुशिंग एट एज आयुर्वेदिक आहार, क्योंकि कहीं पे अगर आप इफ़ यू आर पुशिंग इट एट इंटरनेशनल लेवल एट आयुर्वेदा ना, तो एक थोड़ा सा कहीं पे रिटार्डेशन रहता है. तो व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, वी आर जस्ट pushing it as traditional food knowledge of India. And we are not confining to Ayurveda only, because we have this traditional knowledge spread across the India. वो कहते हैं कि 4 कोस पे बदले बानी और 10 कोस पे बदले बानी. इंडिया में तो आप कहीं भी जाएंगे तो आपका तो हर जगह खाना भी चेंज हो जाता है. नॉर्थ में जाइए, नॉर्थ में कुछ, एक हमने एक बहुत सुंदर वीडियो भी बनाया, हम वहाँ प्ले भी करेंगे. तो उसमें हमने यही सारी चीज़ें बताई हैं कि आप मक्के की रोटी खा सकते हैं. गुजरात में आप जाएंगे तो आपको एक बैलेंस मिलेगा सॉल्ट और शुगर का. फिर आप साउथ में जाएंगे तो थोड़ा टेंजी मिलेगा. और फिर अगर आप इधर आंध्रा में जाएंगे, तेलंगाना में जाएंगे तो बहुत स्पाइसी मिलेगा. और थोड़ा तमिलनाडु में जाएंगे तो यू विल गेट सार टेस्ट. तो ये सारी चीज़ें क्या हैं कि जैसा कि सुमन जी ने बताया ना, रीज़न और सीज़न, ये बहुत अच्छी टैगलाइन है, रीज़न और सीज़न. हमारा जो फूड है वो रीज़न से चेंज होता है. मैं शुरू में एक्चुअली आई जॉइन CCRS इन 2001. मेरी पहली पोस्टिंग चेन्नई में हुई थी. तो चेन्नई में मुझे लोगों ने बोला कि वहाँ पे आप इडली और सांभर जरूर खाना, और जो तकर है उनका ना, वो तकर आप जरूर लेना. तो आज मुझे चेन्नई से आए हुए करीब 22 साल हो गए हैं. वो तकर आज भी मेरे लंच का पार्ट है. तो वो ऐसा बनाते हैं कि पहले आप वो दही लेते हैं, दही को थोड़ा डाइल्यूट करते हैं, देन दे यूज टू पुट फ्रेश जिंजर इन इट. उसके बाद भुना हुआ जीरा उसमें होता है, थोड़ी सी काली मिर्च होती है, और उसमें थोड़ा सा त्रिकटू भी कहीं कहीं लोग डालते हैं, त्रिकटू डाल देते हैं. तो वो आज भी मेरी डाइट का पार्ट है. तो ये सारी चीज़ें अगर आप देखें तो दीज आर ऑल प्री बायोटिक, पोस्ट बायोटिक, जो हमारा पहले, अब जो हम सीख रहे हैं ये सारी चीज़ें, ये हमारे ऋषि मुनि पहले जानते थे सारी चीज़ें. तो और हर सीज़न के साथ साथ फूड चेंज हो रहा है. इसका भी एक कारण था. जो सीज़न है, जो रीज़न है, उसकी जो क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशन है वो सारी अलग अलग है. और बॉडी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है, वो ऐसा फूड उन्होंने प्रिस्क्राइब किया है विच इज़ बेनिफिशियल टू ऑल द बॉडी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस. आयुर्वेद में जैसा कहा गया है कि भाई बॉडी के हिसाब से ही कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन होना चाहिए. ऋतुचर्या हमारे पास है ही. तो ऋतुचर्या इज़ अ वेरी गुड थिंग. और अगर आप देखें, अभी हम लोग जो है फास्टिंग कर रहे हैं ना, फास्टिंग में भी अभी देखो अभी नोबेल प्राइज़ भी फास्टिंग पे आया है. तो अगर आप देखें, फास्टिंग इज़ नथिंग बट इट इज़ अ वे दैट द नेचर इज़ प्रिपेयरिंग आवर बॉडी फॉर द चेंज ऑफ सीजन. अब शिशिर ऋतु आ रही है, तो अब हम अपने आप को, बॉडी को क्लेंज करने के लिए हम फास्टिंग करते हैं. ये फास्टिंग हो जाएगी. और आप देखेंगे फिर अब आप अप्रैल में जब आप जाएंगे, नवरात्र वहाँ भी आएंगे, नवरात्र में भी शिशिर ऋतु खत्म होगी और ग्रीष्म ऋतु शुरू होगी. तो एक वहाँ पे सीजन चेंज हो रहा है. बॉडी हमारी वहाँ पे अपने आप को एक्लेमेटाइज करेगी. ये शास्त्रों में बताया गया कि इस तरह से आप करें. और कोई भी चीज़ अगर आप किसी से करवाना चाहते हैं, आप धर्म से अगर आप उसको जोड़ दें तो एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी ज़्यादा होती है. आप रमज़ान देख लीजिए, रमज़ान में भी फास्टिंग है. फास्टिंग भी, ये सारी चीज़ें वही हैं। तो अब हम उसी कॉन्सेप्ट को दोबारा लेके आ रहे हैं, और जो जेन जी है, अभी जेन जी को ये सारी चीज़ें अब अच्छी लगती हैं, और ये एक बहुत बड़ा एक गेम चेंजर होने वाला है। जो आयुष आहार का जो हमारा लोगो है, सो इट इज़ गोइंग टू बी अ वेरी बिग गेम चेंजर, बिकॉज पीपल आर स्ट्रेस विद ऑल दिस प्रोसेस्ड एंड हाईली प्रोसेस्ड फूड। अब धीरे धीरे एक आप अगर आप उसमें जाएंगे, यूट्यूब पे जाएंगे ना, तो धीरे धीरे ये हो रहा है कि वाई वी आर यूजिंग सो मच ऑफ केमिकल्स इन आवर फूड। अब प्रिजर्वेटिव यूज़ कर रहे हैं, ये सारी चीज़ें यूज़ कर रहे हैं। अभी जैसे तक्र हमने बनाया, तक्र हमने पिया और हमने पी लिया। अभी क्या आयुर्वेद में आहार के साथ हमारे साथ इशू ये है कि द शेल्फ लाइफ इज़ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग। तो शेल्फ लाइफ को बढ़ाने के लिए वी हैव टू मैरी द ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज विद द मॉडर्न टेक्निक्स। पर उसमें ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि वी यूज टू पुट अ लॉट ऑफ केमिकल्स इन इट। वो सारी चीज़ें नहीं होनी चाहिए, बस हम शेल्फ लाइफ उसकी बढ़ाएं, और शेल्फ लाइफ बढ़ाने में केमिकल्स शुड बी मिनिमम, बट देयर शुड बी शेल्फ लाइफ। अभी ये बात ये भी चल रही है कि हमारा जैसे शेड्यूल सी हमने दिया हुआ है, इसमें हमने कुछ वो दिए हुए कि प्रिजर्वेटिव्स क्या क्या यूज़ कर सकते हैं, तो उसमें हमने बिल्कुल मिनिमम प्रिजर्वेटिव रखे हैं। तो हम उसको ये नहीं चाहते थे कि वो प्रिजर्वेटिव हम ज़्यादा बना दें तो अल्ट्रा प्रोसेस बन जाए वो भी। तो आयुर्वेदा आहार शुड नॉट बी ए अल्ट्रा प्रोसेस्ड फूड, इट शुड नॉट बी अनदर कैटेगरी। तो इसीलिए बहुत सोच समझ के बहुत 30 या 32 प्रिजर्वेटिव हैं वो उसमें हमने परमिट किए हैं। आप सभी लोगों से, आप लोग इंडस्ट्री के लोग यहाँ पर हैं, तो आप सभी लोगों से मैं आग्रह में यही करता हूँ कि वी हैव टू जस्ट टेक दिस आहार एट अ ग्रेटर हाइट्स, और इससे लोगों को फ़ायदा भी होने वाला है। क्योंकि कई बार मैं आई हैव बीन टू केरला ऑल्सो, केरला में कई जगह जैसे अब मेडिकल टूरिज्म चल रहा है, तो वन पर्सन ही जस्ट इन्वाइटेड मी टू हिज, एक उनका पूरा सेटअप था पूरा, तो रिजॉर्ट सॉर्ट ऑफ थिंग था। तो ऑलरेडी ओनली यूरोपियंस यूज टू कम देयर। वो कहते हैं कि यूरोपियंस ही लेते हैं। मैं 22 लोगों को लेता हूँ साल में, और रजिस्ट्रेशन होता है, और उनकी करीब 2 साल की वेटिंग चलती है। तो दैट पर्सन डॉक्टर अर्जुन है, तो ही वॉज वर्किंग इन नेदरलैंड्स और यूरोप समवेयर। सो आफ्टर वर्किंग फॉर अराउंड 20 ईयर्स, सो ही केम हियर। तो अभी जो स्ट्रेस्ड लोग उनके पास आते हैं, या कुछ जैसे भी जो डिजीज लोग हैं, तो दे यूज टू कम। तो उन्होंने मुझे दिखाया कि उन्होंने एक बहुत बड़ा बोर्ड लगा रखा था, उसमें पेशेंट का नाम था, पेशेंट के नाम के आगे डिजीज कंडीशन लिखी हुई थी। उसके बाद उन्होंने लिखा होता कि मंडे को उनको क्या डाइट देनी है, ट्यूसडे को क्या डाइट देनी है, वेडनेसडे को क्या डाइट देनी है, लंच क्या देना है। और उन्होंने हमें जो खाना खिलाया, तो दैट वाज द बेस्ट मील आई एवर हैड। तो वो कहते हैं कि आयुर्वेदिक प्रिंसिपल से वो खाना बना हुआ है, और वो खाना इतना टेस्टी था कि वो मुझे टेस्ट आज भी याद है। तो यही टेस्ट जो है, वी हैव टू ब्रिंग दैट टेस्ट टू द जनरल पब्लिक। ये आयुर्वेद की जो ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज है एंड द मॉडर्न फूड साइंस है, उसको मैरी करके कुछ ऐसी नई चीज़ हम लेकर आएँ जो हेल्दी हो, हॉलिस्टिक हो, एंड इट शुड बी बेनिफिशियल टू होल ऑफ आवर मैनकाइंड। हम ये कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि द पीपल हु आर लिविंग अब्रॉड, जो इंडियंस वहाँ पर हैं, उनको हम टारगेट कर रहे हैं कि ये सारी चीज़ें वहाँ पर भी पहुँचें, और वहाँ पर भी एक बड़ा मार्केट क्रिएट करें। क्योंकि देखिए, आयुर्वेदिक मेडिसिन्स को विदेश में ले जाना एक इट्स अ वेरी टफ जॉब, आप सब लोग जानते ही हैं। लेकिन फूड को वहाँ पर ले जाना ईजी है। तो ये दिस कैन बी अ गेम चेंजर। तो इसीलिए हमने ये सेशन रखा है। तो एविलो इज़ कमिंग। एविलो इज़ द को चेयर पर्सन ऑफ कोडेक्स एलिमेंट्रीज कमीशन। तो वो हमारा कॉन्टेक्ट सेट करेंगी। तो वहाँ पर अब नए नए लोग हैं, बाहर के लोग भी काफ़ी लोग आए हैं। प्रदीप दुआ जी इज़ ऑल्सो कमिंग फ्रॉम WHO। तो एक स्टैंडर्ड हम लोग सेट कर रहे हैं कि ग्लोबल स्टैंडर्ड होना चाहिए, एंड वी वांट टू प्लेस आयुर्वेदा आहार एट ग्लोबल लेवल। तो आप सभी लोगों का हमें सहयोग हम लोगों को चाहिए होगा। FSSAI नीड्स जस्ट सपोर्ट फ्रॉम ऑल ऑफ यू। इंडस्ट्री से हमको सपोर्ट चाहिए, और आपको हमसे जो सपोर्ट चाहिए, वी आर हेयर टू सपोर्ट यू। तो हम ये कोशिश यही करेंगे कि दैट आयुर्वेदा आहार शुड स्केल न्यू हाइट्स, एंड इट शुड बी अ न्यू कैटेगरी in this world. So I am very thankful to the organizer for giving me opportunity to talk before you, and thank you very much. और काफ़ी अच्छा डेलिब्रेशन था, तो I just made a good time of, मेरे पास फ़ोन काफ़ी आ रहे हैं, तो just टाइम मेरे को मिला, तो आज आपसे बात हुई, and it's a really good thing to interact with you. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Though the audience is very less in the room, but your talk was like icing on the cake, sir. Thank you so much. With this, we will conclude our session, and I've been asked to give the closing remarks now, so I'll do that honors. Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude this insightful session, I wish to extend my deepest gratitude to our esteemed speakers and their valuable contribution, and to the audience for your engagement. The deliberation today have shown us that Ayush Ahar is more than a sector, it's a mission. We discussed how traditional recipes can be validated through modern R&D and presented as everyday nutrition solution, how nutraceutical and functional food based on Ayurveda can address preventive healthcare and lifestyle disorders, which today account for over 60% of Indian disease burden. How supportive policies from FSSI, Ayush Ahar standards to Ministry of Ayush export promotion schemes are creating a conducive ecosystem, and how leading industry players are innovating to scale indigenous food wisdom for global nutrition market. This is timely because the global consumer is seeking preventive health solutions. Surveys show that nearly 70% of millennials worldwide prefer natural and herbal supplements over synthetic ones. India, with its rich diversity, traditional knowledge, and scientific capabilities, is uniquely positioned to supply this demand. At Ayush Excel, we remain committed to working with industry, policymakers, research, and international stakeholders to mainstream Ayush Ahar in global food system. We see it as India's gift to the world, a food philosophy that is sustainable, preventive, and holistic. As we leave this session, let us remember that food is not only sustenance, it's wellness, culture, and diplomacy. Through Ayush Ahar, India can set new benchmarks in how the world redefines nutrition. Thank you once again for your presence and participation. We look forward to carrying today's momentum into meaningful collaboration and impactful outcomes. Thank you all. And before we conclude, we have small souvenir from the organizers' side. I would just hand it over to all the panelists here. ऊपर आ जाओ।
हेलो एक सेकंड